All right, let's move over to another vaccine maker without a vaccine on the market yet. Let's talk about Novavax. So the US currently has 3 approved vaccines or authorized vaccines. It's got Pfizer and BioNTech's, Moderna's, and Johnson & Johnson's single-dose vaccine. But another one could soon be on the way. Novavax is expecting to file for emergency use authorization in the 3rd quarter. If it can succeed, how could Novavax shake up the COVID vaccine market?
So, yeah, I think there are 2 ways that Novavax could potentially shake things up, to at least to some extent. First of all, I think if studies find that Novavax's COVID-19 vaccine is significantly more effective against the Delta variant than the other vaccines, I think demand, both in the US and in other countries, will explode for Novavax's vaccine if that happens. So that's one scenario. Another one would be even without knowing the efficacy against the Delta variant, I think Novavax could be a really attractive booster dose going forward. Now, I'm assuming we'll have booster doses there, but let's say 2022 and beyond. I think Novavax has a real good shot, no pun intended, about being one of the top booster doses. So I think those are 2 scenarios that could really be favorable for the company. Now, I don't expect, though, that Novavax is going to have a significantly big impact on the dynamics in the US vaccine market in the near term. Again, unless there's some data that comes out showing really superior efficacy against the Delta variant. But assuming that doesn't happen, I don't think, Novavax is going to shake up things all that much in the US market over the near term. The Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines have commanding market share. Johnson & Johnson is starting to gain a little. These companies are also working, particularly the messenger RNA companies, Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna. They're working to develop variant-specific vaccines, and they have a head start on that front. So I think that just puts them in a really good spot. Still, though, I think Novavax will be able to carve out market share, particularly in international markets. Obviously, Olivia, this all assumes that Novavax wins emergency use authorizations for its vaccine. Based on the results from its late-stage studies, though, I think that's really likely. I think most people are fully expecting Novavax to win EUA in the relatively near term.
Yeah, its phase 3 trial data was, again, like Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson, way above, I think, the 50 to 60% goal that the CDC and the FDA had set for vaccines way back, like over a year ago, right? It showed 89.7% efficacy against the alpha variant, and then 96.4% efficacy against non-alpha variants. So I think the alpha variant was the one that had started to spread. We had heard about that more in the UK, right? I think that's the one that they had looked at. So it'll be interesting to see the performance versus Delta. And whether Novavax could emerge as, the supplier of booster shots, maybe not in the United States, but elsewhere. It should be really interesting. All righty. Okay. Anything else on Novavax, Keith, or should we hop over to let's chat some bio and tech? I love bio and tech.
The only other thing I would say on Novavax is it's still a relatively small, certainly compared to the other biotechs that have vaccines on the market. So it's certainly a stock to watch. If the company wins EUA in the next few months, I think this stock could take off again.